Okay, c4. Let's do something a little bit awkward. See if we can't. Yep. Okay, we got a 2 knights tango now. And e6. This isn't quite a BOGO Indian, but we'll make it work. Okay, now we're starting to get back to stuff that I understand. That helps with the structure and developing the bishop. Let's keep tension. All right, I begin to understand. All right, let's go here, and I'm just going to go completely full solid. I don't know how to play this position type dial. Okay. And we're going to reroute the knight and get a better position. Where's the plan? It's not a plan, that's a move. But it's a good one. Let's not hang things. Terrible play on my part. I didn't see any danger or risk in the position. I'm just like lost out of the opening here. But we'll see that finesse is definitely a possibility when playing against lower rated players, and we'll see how we get away with it in this game. Playing so fast and so confident for a pawn. We will see. We will see. Just need to get rid of this, and still got to win the one game. That seems to be a struggle for everybody. It's fair enough. What? What is it? Why did you slow down? You were so confident when you had a pawn. Okay. I'll trade a healthy one for a doubled one. Seems like a good deal to me. Yeah, I don't think he's got much of an advantage here. I don't see it. I don't see it. Let's keep the bishop looking at these guys. Looks like the type of endgame that you want. But he's got that. We'll chill. See what his plan is. To offer a draw? I don't want one. I never did. It's all part of the plan. Rook takes, pawn takes, king d4, king f6, King c4, king f5. Looks good. Okay, so terrible game, but you gotta learn how to make the most and be comfortable in playing equal positions if you can get one, because you still gotta win one game. So this is another one of those Tillis got extremely lucky games, and I thought I was just gonna be able to play like a6 and mess around and be okay here. Should probably take the imbalance with bishop takes c3, but I'm definitely badly in the hole when it comes to this position. If the engine, yeah, still having this problem. I really wish Lichess would fix that. So this should be a technically winning position for white at this point. And white just needs to prove it. But when you're playing these types of positions, this is where my confidence builds, because there's a lot of decisions and players start making psychological errors when they have a winning game. I've got some activity for a pawn. I've got double pawns in every endgame. That's like, my pawn structure is just much worse. So the more pawns that I can trade off fairly, the better chance I have of holding this. So my goal is to liquidate all of the queenside pawns, because I know in all of the endings that we have before us, I can hold the remaining 3 versus 4 ending, whether it be pure queens, pure rook, double rook, etc., etc. But of course, engine says just go ahead and win. And bishop takes c7 in between was stronger, and already a lot of the advantage that white had completely dissipated from his first decision that he had to make. We'll take those. I was surprised not to see rook e1, because now I have a much more active rook. I keep the bishop here so I can eye the pawn. Then I see the opportunity to steer into this ending, which I felt would be practically very difficult for my opponent to win. And he's got to have a lot of patience. And instead of trying to play faster, get up on time, you know, shuffle rooks, don't do anything to take any risk, he immediately makes a poor decision. This is what Silman talks about in his master chapter in Complete Endgame course, the concept of cat and mouse. When you have the better position, you can do it in 10 moves. Or if you can do it in 1 move, 10 moves, 50 moves. You don't want to do it in 50, that's a draw. 49 moves. If you are faster than your opponent and it's applying pressure, do it in 49 moves to work the clock and work the opponent and try to wear him down to see if they'll do something stupid. That is good technique in chess. That is not. Don't do what my opponent did, because he's now, I think, starting to eye the clock, starting to go, oh crap, all right, I'll just make the draw here. And even here, you've got 2 decisions. If you're trying to do this, you want to just trade these pawns off, and then it's 3 versus 3. I'm still going to press here because I've got an extra 20 seconds. Old school players are like, that's terrible, but this is blitz, and we're playing without increment. If you don't want to be flagged, only playing things with increment. That's part of the game. Rook b7, much easier. You defend your pawn, you attack mine. This is just strong. But I've won positions like this, so you'd be surprised. And Lo and behold, with rook d4, I get an extra idea in the position. And now I'm very careful here to make sure that I'm keeping his king as far away as possible while improving my position. Like, I'm wanting him to step up because he's one square further away from the base pawn now, and that gives me more than enough time that if he tries to rush towards the base pawn, that I'm completely okay here and have more than enough time, and you're good. And that king jockeying is important because that one tempo, if you just rush straight forward, you saw how I wouldn't be able to take the pawn there. Now, was I calculating that? Absolutely not. But you get a feel for how to play these positions, and it's far more important. And then, of course, key squares allow for me to get the queen, and 5 seconds at the end of the game, that's my opponent flags. So overall, not a game to be proud of by any means. Opening play, don't do like I did in this one. Bad. Don't do like Caruana did. He lost to Kramnik too. Don't do this. But overall, I think it was a good fighting spirit game and another lesson in psychology of competition. If you're trying to bail out, you still want to play in a way which gives you the opportunity to try to play for a win. My opponent saw that the position was equal, and I think he just kind of checked out. That's how you lose these types of games. So, better luck next time.